ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
I just miss doing it sometimes, you know? Old gimmick is still in my heart. I still believe in it. I still believe it to be true. Hi, y'all. We're the headliners. And we're sleepy boys that got some sleep.
I did get some sleep, yes.
So we're not like I woke up at 8 today and
Me
the kid was still
too.
asleep and I got to take a shower without anyone screaming.
Wow.
No fire in the other room. No loud bangs that I can worry about whilst I clean myself. Just silence.
Yes, as opposed to Tuesday, I have not just completed a 7-hour journey to New Jersey and back that started at 6 a.m. So I am well rested.
That's like Father's or day after Father. That Sunday, I had to go to Indiana and then another spot in Indiana and then drive home. I was like, I've done 200 something miles today.
Yeah. I drove all the way through New York City, which was terrible.
New York City. Is that Pace?
Yeah.
Why do we remember Pace?
I don't know.
Salsa commercials from the 90s. But hey, ask me my phone number. It might take me 30 seconds.
Yeah, right?
It may take me a minute. We got to say hello to the people. Scott was here first at 10:23.
He's been waiting.
Scott gets the big horn. Here we go. Oh, my freaking this chair. Me and this chair are gonna fight today. No, Scott gets a bomb.
And the girls are.
Wait, this is a bomb. Woo! Thank you, Scott, for being here on time. Gina, hey. SG. McKinnon. McKinnon says I wake up at 4 a.m. every morning. Kill me.
Oh my God.
I'm right there with you, man. Is Super Tan really a guest today? She is booked.
Theoretically.
I don't know where she is. She has the link to join us, so maybe she's just running a little late. We'll see. Bruno, hey. Kate Smith. Greg, happy Juneteenth to you, my brother. Did I say Kate Smith? Kate Smith and Diz. Where's Billy? Billy's late. Billy.
I love Tesla.
That was for Billy for when he gets here. Because he'll ask for one. If we got in here, I love Tesla. Like, well, if you was on time, like we are for the first time ever.
I know.
Y'all weren't expecting that, were you? Oh, you thought we were coming at 11:15, but nope, we were 11:03 in your face. That's progress. We're doing better at this, I think.
Maybe.
Well, while we're doing better, the world is not. Sad to report. Gina, you let him out right now. Right now. Or you slide a tablet down there so he can watch the show. That is the only way. Let me get my playlist. Any banter, sir, before we descend into utterly well, this is actually not going to be the most depraved show ever. That would have been yesterday.
Yeah.
That would have been Tuesday when we were talking about nuclear holocaust. But this is going to be a much lighter show than the nuclear holocaust show.
My only banter is it's my birthday in 2 days.
Oh my goodness. Oh my.
We do not care.
That is not the button. I'm sorry. That's not what I meant to push.
See,
God damn it. Where is it?
I can never tell if you hitting the wrong button is a bit or not.
What? Why would that be a bit, Tim? That would not be funny. That would not be funny.
Sometimes it looks like you're doing it by accident, but sometimes it looks like you're doing it to be spiteful.
No.
Not particularly.
Sucking us dry.
There it is.
Maybe it's a combination of both.
That's the thing, though. You can never really tell. It's like someone who's like really good at sarcasm.
Yeah.
You're like, fuck, did I just got? I think I got. Oh, shit.
My wife's a little too good at sarcasm.
Yeah, that's the thing. You gotta.
And then she yells at me for like not getting that it's sarcasm. Like, well, your sarcasm is too deadpan.
But that's the point, no?
Yeah,
I'm
but
doing
sometimes
your
it's
joke thing.
sometimes
I'm
it's too bad.
I'm following the rules of the
Hey
joke. The joke world said I had to do it a certain way. I started doing it a certain way. People said that's too good. Fuck. Can't win for losing.
So yes, on Saturday I will be 39.
Oof. Big plans? Big plans?
A small gathering.
About 500 of your closest.
Yeah, about
Your nearest-
500 of them.
My nearest and dearest.
Nothing too crazy. Because we're still like unpacking the house, so
An unpacking party. Everybody bring your box cutter with the little tape extender thingy.
oh my god, yes.
And then just come over and make sure you bring your gloves because that cardboard will slice your shit. You don't believe me? Try that shit. Just fucking handle cardboard boxes for about an hour. You're like, I am bleeding in several spots. Like
Oh my
cardboard
God.
boxes are terrible.
I used to work at a warehouse for it was like Macy's.com. Wow. Happy birthday in 7 hours.
Have a bomb.
And
Box truck.
I used to have to like fucking pack stuff into the boxes. It was Amazon before Amazon was like everywhere. And my hands would get so fucking dried and fucked up from not only the boxes, but did you ever work with those little hot tape dispensers?
Yeah.
Yeah. You get that fucking hot tape all over your hands, and then the glue from it gets all over your hands, and it's like, holy shit.
Like you've worked kitchens most of your life.
Yeah.
Yo, the slickness of a fucking like working kitchen's floor, and then you like hit it with like the different kinds of soaps on it to cut that grease.
Yeah.
That puddle is the slipperiest thing known to man.
Yeah.
Like
And
the
even
grease and the oil off of a kitchen floor after you clean tonight and you get the squeegee out and you gotta move shit. That shit is the worst material known to man.
even non-slips can't help you there.
Oh
Like,
no. It's cute that you think you're OSHA approved. You think, motherfucker, I'm a danger slick. All I am is danger. Peligroso. Motherfucker.
and yeah, along that vein, when I worked at the St. Louis Bread Company,
Thank you.
there was a night.
Check me out.
Ah,
Because we's a national park now, baby. Yeah. Yeah. Federally recognized.
think you're better. You think you're better than everyone else now? Is
As
that-
if the fucking federal government. Yeah, they'll probably sell it to Qatar or something in like 10 minutes. I don't fucking know anymore.
But I was working manager one night, and you know, how Panera has all them soups. One of the employees was getting refilling some soups, and one of them was like that black bean soup.
Oh no.
And the bag. Oh,
I
I don't want to destroy anyone's expectations, but all Panera soups come in a bag.
What?
And
they're not back there chopping potatoes.
and they're reheated in what is essentially a giant sous vide bath.
That can't be possible. It can't be happening.
So he was taking the black bean soup out to refill it, and the bag ripped open all over the floor.
Excellent.
And I don't know if you know what 2 gallons of black bean soup looks like on the floor.
It's a big puddle. That's a lot of liquid.
It is impossible to clean up because the black beans just get into everything.
I will take your black bean fiasco and raise you. I had a lady when I was working at the grocery store drop her Tide from like up on the thing, and it cracked the lid, you know, and starts cleaning up. Soap is the hardest thing in the fucking world. Just oh my god.
I will.
Detergent is better because it doesn't bubble, but if someone drops like Dawn, you're gonna be there for
forever.
40 minutes, and the floor is going to sparkle. Like you can tell where people would spill cleaning stuff versus like chili or something like that. It's very different. The floor is very clean and slippery.
I will do you one better, sir. I will
raise my raise.
I will see. Yes, I will. I will 3-bet you.
Ooh.
And raise you. I used to be a janitor at a grocery store.
Uh-oh. You might have me here.
And one day, my manager, the general manager of the store, called me into his office. I was like, "Oh, what's going on?" He's like, "Tim, I will buy you whatever you want." He's like, "Coffee, breakfast, whatever. It's on me.
Not a good start.
You have to clean the women's room."
See, women.
And someone did something terrible to it.
Why are we like this?
And suffice to say, it was the grossest thing I've ever encountered in my entire life.
What's wrong with people?
I don't know why people have to do that to bathrooms.
Here's
and
my
I will
hot
not
take.
describe any of it because we might get banned from YouTube.
Here's my hot take. No public restrooms.
No public restrooms.
If you can't hold it, then stay home.
Oh,
I'm
no.
sick. Someone has to clean that place. And that person has a life and they have to live with the memories of what y'all did to those public restrooms. We need to save those janitorial staff. They should be cleaning up spills, not scarring their psyches for life because you guys had burritos and milkshakes knowing damn well your stomach couldn't take either one of them. And you sprayed it all over the walls. Wrong. We should not put people in that position.
I think we got one up in a super chat.
Oh.
Greg, working at Taco Time, I dropped a bucket of hot sauce in the lobby, and 2 years later, the ceiling stain was still there.
Did it do the fucking Rupert's drop? You know, when you drop it goes, and it all shoots up. It had to have, right? That's the only way
Yeah.
it could get. Dude, you had a
Oh.
fucking volcano of hot sauce.
How big? I want to know how big the bucket of hot. It must have been like a 5-gallon bucket of hot sauce.
At Taco Time. Oh, dude, if it's like hot salsa or whatever, you know, just the shit that you kind of can pump.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dog. They got a lot of that shit.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
In the ceiling, man. That's rough. Yeah, hot
I
sauce
used
in the
to-
ceiling.
When I worked at Pizza Hut, I used to pick up extra shifts and I would like just wash dishes or whatever. Because I got paid more than if I was serving because America's broken.
Yeah.
So I would just do dish or whatever, and then people would order wings. Dude, cleaning those bowls from Hot Wings with like that hot ass, you know, that fucking power blaster for cleaning the sink, for cleaning dishes and stuff like that. Oh no. That's a lot of hot sauce.
That's a lot of hot. And yeah, it's a pump bucket. So yeah, you dropped it and it just went whoa.
To the ceiling, to the moon, Alice. But dude, it would be like mace because you'd get like all those like the capsaicin and all the chili flake particles and shit that you go airborne, and you got super hot. Like this is way hotter than your house. Like
Right.
we don't to clean shit. You don't use no goddamn tap room temperature water. You blast that shit. I ain't got time to be scrubbing. I'm gonna dissolve this shit with the strongest solvent known to man, boiling water, and yeah, it makes for a fun time for breathing.
Yeah, I discovered that working at a sandwich shop. It was an Italian sandwich shop, so they had the red pepper flakes, and they had like a shaker for it, right? And I was doing dish one day, and I had to clean the red pepper flake shaker.
Oh yeah, you're done.
It was everywhere. It was in my eyes, in my nose, in my skin.
You got pepper sprayed, dog.
Yeah, I was like, holy shit.
Self pepper sprayed. Like when they have it backwards, it's like
I didn't carry that. I was just like in there. I was spraying it and all that, and the fumes just got everyone in the back was like, "Oh my god, what happened back here?"
What the hell is going on?
You walk in the back. Oh my god, my eyes!
It burns. It burns. Speaking of burning.
Check this out. A SpaceX Starship exploded overnight
God.
during preparations for a flight test that happened at the company's site in South Texas. Right there. This new video shows the moment that ship
How is he
burst
getting
into
worse
flames.
at this?
No injuries have been reported.
Oh,
An investigation
this is why you
now
clear the
underway
tower,
right
baby.
there.
This is why you clear the tower. Holy boomstick. I hope there's got to be audio of this somewhere. Come on, internet.
Go internet, go! It knows
What the
we're
hell?
making fun of Elon.
Stop defending your boy. Let me mock him. Let me mock him.
Elon chewing on the cables again.
I heard they released in ketamine.
Come on. I think at this point we really have to just.
There's simulations for a flight test that happened at
So
the
when I
company's
give up, it starts. You piece
I mean,
of gar.
you have the button that can make the explosion sound. You could just do it yourself.
You right.
And the girls are fighting, aren't they?
It's right next to it.
site in South Texas. You can see that major explosion right there. This video shows the moment that ship burst into flames, shooting debris into the air. Thankfully, no injuries have been reported.
Yeah.
Investigation is underway.
Now
Damn,
So-
that thing went up.
There's a couple of different. Where's Landon at? Or Reds? Because if you look, there's a couple of different things burning
Happened
here.
at the company.
Hush you. It's oh,
Well, I mean, isn't rocket fuel basically like liquid hydrogen and liquid oxygen?
I don't know what they're using though. I would assume. Damn. But there's
Like-
also I don't know if they use NaC, which is like sodium chloride, I think, or something like that. And that
Yeah.
you can't mix that with oxygen. But if you're using liquid oxygen as your part of your accelerant, like it could be like I don't know exactly what they use on those. Chat, you can clarify here.
Yeah, and if Landon's
But
in the
it goes to bloom me, kabloom blooms.
we have to, I think, as a country, just acknowledge that SpaceX is terrible at rockets, and we should not let them continue to build rockets because all they do is fucking explode.
Well, Tim, just because it exploded doesn't mean that people shouldn't get into it for the fastest, cheapest way of getting into space. Who cares if it
Just-
blows up sometimes?
Give NASA a little bit more money, and you'll have fucking rockets.
Never.
Just a little bit of money.
I
Like-
would like to unlock a new fear for you.
Oh, okay.
You're not ready for this. What's if you were on a bridge, what would be the most terrifying thing that could happen to you on the bridge?
The bridge collapsing.
Strong answer. Chat, let me know what your answer is. I guarantee you it wasn't this.
Covering from a run-in with a sharp object they couldn't even see until it was too late, a kite string. Alicia Reed spoke to a woman about her harrowing injury, whose friend is still hospitalized over this incident.
It ripped really, really violently.
Jennifer Noble says she's still in pain 5 days.
Yes, a kite, my brother.
A kite?
After running into a kite string. She was entering the Marine Parkway Bridge on her bike over the weekend when she saw a kite floating in the air and
Oh, look, a pretty kite.
Oh,
ran
no.
into something she couldn't see.
And then it hit my upper lip and my nose, and then it cut through my forehead.
It also
Oh my
cut her helmet's
God.
temple strap. She said
Sliced through the nylon strap of the helmet.
What is it, a fucking razor wire?
Fucking a garrote.
as the force knocked her over backwards. Then
And then I just hear screaming behind me, and it had hit my friend who was behind me in the throat and cut his throat open.
Noble
my
says Good
God.
Samaritan sprang into action, bandaged her finger, and applied pressure to her friend Robert Hillebrand's neck.
It looked like a movie, like it looked fake. There was just so much blood.
Hillebrand remains hospitalized. Noble says the
Brother, I ain't never been afraid of a kite before.
No.
Until now. If I see a fucking kite fucking protecting my neck, put your hand at the level of your eyes.
entrepreneur has a really long road ahead.
Defense.
He's not going to be able to work. He's going to have a lot of medical bills.
She believes it was a fight kite, where the string is a very sharp, abrasive line, sometimes coated with crushed glass.
It just seems really...
What the fuck are people doing out there?
Listen, I got a lot of shit as a youth and as a adult about playing Pokemon because it's dog fighting with magic creatures. No one ever got their fucking throat slit over Pokemon, okay? So these fighting kites, they need to drop the fighting kites, pick up Pokemon, and start fucking the trading card
Why are
game,
you-
something.
Why are you putting like fucking razor glass on the string for your fighting kite?
If the whole point is for you to cut the other guy's string, that's not kite fighting, is it? That's
Wha-
just cheating. You're cheating.
Why are we mashing together kites and battle bots? That's what I want to know.
As if two kites aren't going to get magnetically drawn to each other, tangle, and get eaten by a tree before the day is up anyway. Who's flying kites on a bridge?
Right. Who's out there fighting kites on a... What are the... All right, now I have to figure out what the rules of the kite fighting are.
Is there like a kite fighting kumite? And they were just having the final fucking showdown on the fucking Brooklyn Bridge? Like, test your might. And boy just started unspooling. And everybody knew what time it was. He had gloves on because there's fucking his competitor has barbed wire instead of regular kite string. Like, what the fuck is this?
Okay, let's see. Here are the basic rules for kite fighting. All participants must wear gloves at all times during the kite fight match. This helps.
Oh my god. They actually wear gloves. They're doing this intentionally.
Yeah. And it says this helps them from cuts and burns from the kite line, especially during hard pulls. The participants are prohibited from flying their kites during wet or stormy weather. Flying kites around power lines or transmission lines or antennas is strictly prohibited.
I need to see this.
The players shouldn't fly kites from or above public streets or highways. So that person was obviously violating the rules of kite fighting. And the players shouldn't fly their kites near airport or air traffic control towers.
All right, I got one. Oh, that music has got to go.
So the goal is to cut your opponent's kite string with your kite. All right, well, that's just chaos.
What the? Spread out. What the fuck is going on? I would be so mad if someone just started flying a kite right next to me and then just started jerking his shit around and fucking cut my string. Like, brother, fuck off. Get out of here. Fucking spawn killing my kite. Get out of here.
It does say that the kite lines are specialized lines, often glass coated or waxed, and are used for their cutting abilities. So that dude whose neck came up against the fucking kite wire literally came up against like razor wire.
Fucking guillotine. Why is that in New York? Anyway.
Horrifically, dangerously negligent to have this stuff out there in the world. It tore through me.
The string also cut through the muscle of Noble's index finger. She has since returned to the ER for excessive pain in her ring finger.
It looks like there's bone fragments in the joint, which is why I'm having so much pain.
Yo, if you have fragments, they exploded her shit.
Now,
she has an appointment to see a specialist on Monday. At Jacob Reese Beach, Alicia Reed, CBS News, New York.
What the hell, y'all?
What are we doing?
We got to do better.
Alistair says, 2 pound to British pounds?
British pounds?
Sounds like the setup to hurt people, in my opinion. Yeah, right. Like,
did he know that they were going to go through that way or some shit?
Yeah, flying razor wire is not a good idea.
Dude, that's like something out of a fucking like a novel. You know what I mean? Like they make like an assassination attempt. Wait a minute. How important is that lady? What does she know?
What does she know?
What does she know? This could have been a hit job.
Mikey, do you want to take a guess at the insane society that came up with kite fighting?
Americans.
The Japanese.
Oh, then it's a very noble profession and I love it. It's the best. All hail Nippon. Well, I think I got a message from Tan here.
It's called Rokaku Daku.
Yeah, it looks like no Tan.
It is
outrage.
It is a sport born in Japan.
Hell yeah. Speaking of sports, look at that segue.
A youth softball tournament in Newburgh after an 11-year-old girl was allegedly body shamed and harassed by opposing coaches. Now we're hearing from the mother of that young athlete and the demands she's making. That's 11-year-old Brinley batting for the Astoria Future Fish when she hit a hardline drive Sunday. But what happened next at the weekend tournament in Newburgh stunned parents and players.
I want to see birth certificates when this game's done.
Brinley's mom says the assistant.
You want to see birth certificates, not for citizenship, but because, hey, something's off here.
My kid's not winning.
There's something different about that kid.
Assistant coaches for St. Helens stormed the field yelling at the umpire and accusing Brinley of being too old and too big, even demanding her birth certificate.
You lucky that little girl didn't beat your ass, you 5'6" bitch.
Yeah,
like that's
right?
You better get your short, angry ass back in that dugout before she turns around and heel kicks you into next week, Team Rocket style. Fuck out of here.
She was in tears. She's like, what did I do wrong? She didn't do anything wrong.
At nearly 5'10", Tracy Birchfield says Brinley's used to comments about her height and age, but her mom says cursing and taking photos of her daughter crosses the line, no matter how old you are.
It's competitive, but however, you also have to be role models and good examples.
Astoria won, but
Nah, they don't do that no more.
Yeah.
Role models? Who's the role model in these days? Who's out there trying to set a good example for the kids these days?
It's not that guy.
Yeah. Or maybe it is.
Tracy says the final insult came here when the St. Helens assistant coach got caught on camera flipping off the other team's parents during the handshake.
Okay, hold on a second. Can we stop blurring the finger?
Yeah.
Okay, I have a finger. Like, what are we doing? It's fine. I can just look at my own hand and I can see it. It's fine. What say you, Mr. Tim?
On blurring the finger, I think.
No, on the girl getting harassed for winning.
I used to be an umpire for like Little League baseball and softball and all that, and sports.
Did you ever get hit with the ball?
Yes. But I had the umpire mask and the pad and all that, so it was okay. I have a much funnier story that I'll tell after this comment. Sports parents are terrible. Like, the coaches are not the bad people. The players are not the bad people. It's the parents. I don't know how many times I got yelled at by a parent for a call that I made. Even if I wasn't the plate judge, if I was like the line judge or something, and I called a foul and they thought it was fair. Well, guess what, bro?
Too bad.
It's too fucking bad. Like, you want to talk about stress on a fucking teenager? Try being the fucking plate judge, calling balls and strikes when the parents always disagree with you.
Every single pitch, they have something to complain about.
They're like, that's out of his strikes box. It's like, no, I was there. I was right behind him. Are you right behind him? I'm right behind him.
It's like you gotta let some of the pitches through. You can't whine about all of them. That's why they all have the same raspy ass voices, because they bitch on every single pitch.
I can't remember a game that I umpired that I wasn't yelled at least once by a parent who thought that they were wronged because their kid was struck out, or they got out because of a foul ball or whatever. It's like, come on.
My Johnny would never.
Your kid's not going to the Major League Baseball.
Yes, he is. He's going to hit 3 or 4 growth spurts in a row. And then you get the bonus growth spurt because you get 4 and you get your punch card. So then, yeah, he will be 6 foot by the time he's done growing.
On the other end, as a teenager playing baseball during like gym class, I think it was like 8th grade. We were playing baseball and I was shortstop. And a ball was hit directly to my groin. Like, I saw the ball get hit, then it was suddenly in me, and then I was on the ground. I got the rest of the day off from school.
What happened to Tim? Oh, I took a line drive, man. I mean, not even a ninja could have deflected it. It was just the ball hit the bat, and then it hit Tim almost simultaneously. It was just instant.
The only thing I clearly remember is the ball after it had hit me in the crotch falling to the ground, and then I fell to the ground. And the coach came over. He's like, "Are you okay?"
But
And
next
I
time,
was
but next time I need you to catch the ball before it hits the ground. All right, I'm gonna need you to be aware of the situation and catch that ball after it smashes your balls to pieces. Okay.
yeah. The gym teacher came over. Was like, "Are you okay?" I'm clearly crying and holding my crotch, and he's like, "Are you? Can you get up?" I'm like, "No."
You just like old yeller me, just old yell. There's no hope.
So, I'm bad at both sides of baseball.
That's funny. I wanted to play Little League. I never understood throwing or catching with your left hand, though. That always threw me off. I'm right-handed.
Well, I mean, it's a lot easier when you're left-handed.
I was like, can't I just barehand the ball? They're like, no, it'll hurt. I'm like, I don't catch the ball the whole game. Like, and then I see cricket. I'm like, see, they're doing it. What the fuck you guys running around with gloves for? You don't need no damn glove. Just throw that shit. Oh, back to the story.
It was just very poor sportsmanship.
In response, NAFA, which organized the tournament, suspended the two St. Helens assistant coaches, calling their behavior, quote, indefensible.
So we're trying to do the best we can so that the team can continue, but address the bad, inappropriate behavior.
Despite the chaos, the game continued, and no immediate ejections were made, something critics now.
Yeah, what the fuck, refs?
Yeah, I would have thrown that guy out. I would have been like, dude, get the fuck out of here.
What are you doing in the fucking diamond yelling at people, pointing and screaming? He's out of here. Why didn't you throw him out? I mean, maybe the game was almost over or whatever. And it's like, just let them get these last 2 outs and then we just all get the hell out of here.
Well,
but
I'll say that, like, you know, even though this was like, oh my God, like 15 years ago, no parent ever like stormed the plate or like came out onto the diamond. They would yell from the seats, but they would never come out and be like, blah, blah, blah. You know, I would have thrown the fucker out. I would have been like, get out of here.
It's like, I know you didn't just step up. I mean, even if he was a coach, I mean, like he's an assistant coach or whatever, like they're saying, but get your ass back in the dugout.
Yeah.
You know better than to come out here.
And the coaches especially know the rules.
Exactly.
Now say,
because if it was the other team's coach, I'm like, hey, this guy's clearly past the 13.7 centimeter diameter of the hypotenuse. He's way past the line.
Was a major failure.
I still think that they should not be coaching.
And today, NAFA suspended the male assistant coach for the rest of the year and the female assistant coach for 10 days with probation for the rest of the year. Right now, we are told there's no evidence the head coach was involved, but the board will review the evidence and meet later this week to decide on next steps.
Watch, next thing you know, they're going to ban that girl. They're going to expel her from school. They're going to call her, trans and all that shit. But what happened? What happened to all you cis people who are transphobe? What happened?
Yeah.
The girl lost to another girl. Sometimes motherfuckers just better than you. Like she's 5'10" and y'all are all 4'6". She's winning. Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately.
There ain't nothing none of y'all can do about it. Sometimes you just have to play a sport next to a motherfucker who's good. That shit sucks. You think fucking Sean Kemp is a shitty Charles Barkley, Patrick Ewing, all shitty basketball players? No. Motherfucking Jordan was in the way. God damn, ain't nothing you can do. What can you do?
Yeah, when you're going up against Shaq or LeBron.
Yeah, I'm gonna just guard LeBron right now in a one-on-one. If I get a point, hey, I did what I could do. I'm not stopping him. This is me against like how like you play the hypothetical out. Like, what would I do if I played LeBron? You know. Some weird shit. Fucking try to hit him with a cartwheel or some shit. You know, I don't know. Fucking confuse him.
Trip him.
Dude, if I tripped him, I might break my toes. Motherfucker's feet is like size 16s. You can't trip him. I could die, Tim.
You do that thing where you get a friend who like kneels down behind him and you shove him over the friend.
This is where you come in.
Yeah.
Like Wayne Knight off the bench in Space Jam. I almost said Toon Squad like 6 times. I'm like, that's not the name of the movie. The movie is not called Toon Squad. Don't say that. Don't say it.
I got one for you, Mikey. And we're
For
gonna
me?
Yeah. We're probably gonna be watching this later on Unbox too because it is too good.
Is it the what's it called thing? What you got?
Slotkin?
Yeah. Do you? That was I was gonna say. Do you want to save that one or you want to do it?
Oh no, I want to do it because it's too good not to.
Okay. This was great.
Thank you, Chairman.
Yeah, they call me
Mr.
Mikey
Secretary, I said in your
No-Toes.
hearing when you
I
had your
once tried to
confirmation
trip
hearing that my
LeBron
biggest
James.
concern with you at the helm was the potential use of the military in ways that contradict the Constitution or that taint what I hope we all want, which is an apolitical military. And when I asked you about whether you would accept an order that was actually given to your predecessor, Secretary Esper, Trump's SecDef, to deploy active duty troops against unarmed protesters and to, in Secretary Esper's words, shoot at them, shoot at their legs. You said this was all theoretical. Here we are, a few months later, you've deployed 4,700 troops to Los Angeles and against the wishes of the governor. And my colleague across the aisle was right. It is the first time since 1965 that we have deployed.
First of all, can someone tell fucking Mark Kelly to stop eating his fingers?
God, he
on
is
national television.
Munching.
Like, bro,
Boy,
you're on TV.
We can see you.
Guard troops without the permission of the governor. In all the instances he laid out, the president had sent in the military to protect protesters, not against the protesters. So you may dismiss it, but I feel like this is a fundamental
Can you pause it for a
issue of
second?
American democracy.
That would be protect the protesters from the police.
Yes. That would be protect the protesters from the police, especially the LAPD.
Well, when they were doing desegregation, like for the schools in LA, so the police were not able or willing to protect people because they were the ones doing it.
Right.
They were the attackers.
Yeah.
That gets lost on some people. I just want to remind them.
If you love your country and you want an apolitical military, then it should be the last resort, not the first resort in our country to use them. So to get to the non-theoretical, have you authorized the uniformed military to detain or arrest protesters in Los Angeles?
Senator, I would just start by saying you're not a protester if you're throwing concrete
100%.
at law
Arrest those
enforcement
people,
officers.
throw them in the jail, 100%. But what you're doing is something different. Everyone knows this is a political decision, right? So we don't trust that you're using the best interests of the military, certainly, and of democracy on top of that. So have you given the order? That's all I want to know. It's not theoretical. For the U.S. military, not law enforcement. They can arrest all day long. That's their job. Do they have the ability, the uniformed military, to arrest and detain protesters currently today? It's a yes or no thing. Authority.
Did you order the code red?
Using the extent to which the speculation
You can't
is out
handle
there.
the truth.
These troops are given very clear orders.
Then what is the order? Then list it out for us.
It's all
Be a
been
man. List it out.
It's all-
Did you authorize them?
Oh, be a man.
Yo, Slot Kid. This is why we do. This is why on Unboxed on Thursday nights, we stopped making fun of Slot Kid for anything because we knew this day was coming. And I would like to say, vindicated.
To detain or arrest? That is a fundamental issue of democracy. I'm not trying to be a snot here. I'm just trying to get the actual. Did you authorize them to do that?
All of these orders and what they're sent there to do are public. They are
Okay,
there
so
to.
say it. So say it. Yes or no?
I'd like to.
Please. Yes or no?
As I've said time and time again through interruption, they're there to protect law enforcement.
Do they have
ICE
the ability
officers
to arrest?
Who are trying to do their job,
Okay.
deporting illegals who were allowed in by the previous
So
administration.
they cannot arrest and detain citizens of the United States, the uniformed military.
As we've
Is that right?
stated, if necessary, in their own self-defense, they could temporarily
Okay.
detain and
Have
hand
you-
over to ICE. But
have
there's
you
no
given-
arresting going
have
on.
you-
And you know this better
Have
than
you
you're trying to
authorized
play
the
political
US
games.
military
There's
to
no
use
arresting
cyber
of U.S.
tools
personnel.
of the U.S. military against members of the protest? Have you authorized U.S. military cyber tools to investigate people participating in these protests? Yes or no?
Certainly in no way that I'd be aware of.
Okay, that's good. I love that answer. That's great. Have you given the order
That wasn't a no.
to be able to shoot at unarmed protesters in any way? I'm just asking the question. Don't laugh. Like the whole country. And by the way, my colleagues
What is
across
that
the
based
aisle,
on? What evidence would you
it
have
is
that an
based
order
on
like that
Donald
has ever
Trump
been given?
giving that order to your predecessor, to a Republican Secretary of Defense, who I give a lot of credit
They
to
don't.
because he didn't accept the order.
They
He had
don't.
more guts and balls than you because he said, I'm not going to send in the uniformed
Yeah, but
military to do something that I know in my gut isn't right. He was asked to shoot at their legs. He wrote that in his book. That's not hearsay. So your poo-pooing of this, it just shows you don't understand who we are as a country, who we are. And all of my colleagues across the aisle, especially the ones that served, should want an apolitical military and not want citizens to be scared of their own military. I love the military. I served alongside my whole life, so I'm worried about you tainting it. Have you given the order? Have you given the order that they can use lethal force against honor? I want the answer to be no. Please tell me it's no. Have you given the order?
Senator, I'd be careful what you read in books and believing it, except for the Bible.
Oh my God. So your former predecessor, I guess that's not enough for you. Okay, on Iran. I don't think there's a debate. There's like a cat fight going on in your own party about whether to go after Iran. Have you commissioned any day after planning? So any force protection, any use of ground troops in Iran, any cost assessments? Because I don't think we doubt what we can do as a country in the attack. It's the day after with Iraq and Afghanistan that so many of us have learned to be so deeply concerned about. Have you authorized day after planning?
As I've said, we have plans for everything, Senator.
Okay.
He's such a fucking smarmy fuck.
Such a used car salesman.
He's just like, oh yeah, I don't know. We have a plan for everything, guys. Like, fuck off.
Who's he trying to be cute for? You know what I mean?
The president. He's trying to be cute for the president so they can smooch later.
I mean, that's very temporary, dog.
Yeah, I mean, Trump's gonna end up hating him at some point.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he's gonna throw your ass under the bus.
You should ask Mark Esper what Trump thought of him at the end.
I'm just saying, like, this is what they don't get. Like, they're all like, nope, I'm here to get the bus driver. Like, they're all they're the same idiot clown line of like, he's the Joker. He's gonna get all of you.
I'm surprised.
Like,
I'm
what
surprised.
the fuck?
I'm surprised after losing 2 airplanes off an aircraft carrier, they just fell into the fucking ocean. That Trump wasn't like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Those were Hornets. They were FA-18 Hornets.
Those are like $50 million aircraft.
2 Hornets in the drink. Damn it.
Oh my god. Yeah, so that we'll rewatch that with Mark and Ollie later, but that's definitely a contender for the top spot right there.
Unbelievable. Oh, I thought this was funny. Oh, come here, you. Come here, you.
This house in southwest suburban Frankfurt, the owner now accused of running a huge fentanyl operation, which landed him and his girlfriend behind bars. Jermont Terry is live.
Yo, look at this home. As soon as I saw, I was like, do I need to start selling drugs? Look at this. I mean, the sod is nice. It got a nice look. You got the power line back there, so you know there ain't gonna be nothing else built back there. It just makes a little crackling sound, which sounds really good when the thunderstorms come. Like, I was living in this house while this aerial shot was going across.
Running a huge fentanyl operation, which landed him and his girl.
Look at the landscaping, the black accents in the soffit. The gutters are black.
Very nice.
Friend behind bars. Jermont Terry is live at federal court with how the feds traced the drug operation to 3 southwest suburban communities. Jermont.
Erica, this drug operation spans from Frankfurt to Oak Lawn and even includes a storage unit in Alsip where drugs, weapons, and wads of cash were all found, according to the.
See, I don't want to have to do. This is what you have to do to get into the housing market. This is crazy.
The feds. Check
I
out
mean,
the
how do you
arsenal
think?
weapons federal
How do you think I afforded this house?
prosecutors say they found when they
Tim out there pushing weight, boy.
arrested the couple. According to the federal complaint,
Yo, why they put the dog on the counter? Yo,
Yeah,
don't
why
put
is
the,
there a
don't
dog
put,
there?
don't put the dog on the counter. What if he slips getting off of there and fucks his face? Don't do that.
found when they
Poor
arrested the
doggy.
couple. According to the federal complaint,
And get all that meth off the fucking stove. What if it kicks on?
32-year-old James Howard and 31-year-old Chantel Robinson were behind a huge fentanyl and cocaine distribution. This Oakland apartment building off 95th and Ridgeland is where Robinson lived, along the busy road across from the Chicago.
So this is the thing that I'm confused about. Why they have that house and he still got this? Whatever.
Chicago Ridge Mall. The apartment was being used as a drug laboratory.
You could have just did that in the basement at your big ass mansion with your stupid ass. Never mind.
According to the federal complaint, the feds had suspected the pair of running the drug operation. They set up a hidden camera in this flower pot.
You got a five-pound super chat from Tim Ballum. That house is probably made from cardboard and polystyrene.
5 British pounds. Frankfurt's nice. Like they're good house. Like all of our shit is pretty much like the ISS, but it can survive a hurricane. Oh, did you hear about the chef lady?
I did.
Oh,
Anne Varel, right?
yeah.
Yeah, she had a heart attack.
No way.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Outside their third floor unit. Prosecutors say the camera spotted Howard in this image coming out with a comforter. He placed it in the hallway, but inside the bag, 1.5 kilograms of suspected
Come on, dog.
Damn.
fentanyl and approximately 850 grams of suspected cocaine within the sheets.
He had
This
other
seems to be-
plans that day.
A case
Yo, his laundry has fucking grams in it. What the fuck?
of these subjects to being very bold and careless at the same time.
This image shows Howard discovering the hidden camera.
Yo, you seen the camera?
He's like, yo, there's a camera there.
Yo, I think that's a camera. Why is it pointed directly at our door? No reason. Must be just my imagination. Like, what
What's
the
this
fuck?
camera all about?
Even after Howard appeared to notice the camera at the top of the staircase and momentarily ducking out of the frame, the feds say he did not stop the illegal operation. Former FBI director.
All right. Now at this point, I would have just stole the camera
Yeah.
and broke it into a million billion
least-
pieces.
At
and
least
then
do
put
the
it down
spray
like I
paint
was
thing.
Put fucking Superman Band-Aid over that bitch. Call it a
Yeah.
day. He was just like, no, I'm gonna just. It's fine.
Phil Andrew points out this pair hid in plain sight. Agents raided Howard's.
Ooh, 3-car garage. So I could put my lawnmower over on the third one.
That's what I'm doing.
That's nice.
House in Frankfurt. Their nearly $800,000 new construction was paid in full despite Howard moving in April.
Paid in full.
Okay, there's your clue. Brother, you bought the house in 3 months. You knew you was going to get caught. You didn't just have like your income. Your income was $275,000 a year or a month. $275,000 a month to just pay that off. You knew you was getting caught. Bold is right.
But clearly, the point they're making in this complaint is that is likely due to the ease of access to this drug money.
This is what prosecutors say they found inside the house, that arsenal of weapons, cash, and drugs. But the operation did not end there. It stretched to this storage facility in Alsip of 115th and Cicero. It's here where feds say additional drugs and weapons were found. Andrew points out federal and local agencies are still working jointly.
Yo, was
when
this
the
guy like
fight
part
began.
squirrel? Is he like storing fucking guns and drugs all over the place for the winter? What's going on over here?
I don't understand. That's an operation at all. I mean,
It
you
looks
did look
like,
right at the camera. Like,
yeah.
you got all this shit, and you looked at the camera. Was like, eh.
Yo, all them guns. He been playing too much Call of Duty.
For real. He got loadouts. You know he had loadouts on the fucking on a cork board, you know, the cork board or the with the holes,
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
pegs. You know he had several loadouts ready to go that matched his COD character. What a weirdo.
It's drugs.
Law enforcement, this is actually their bread and butter.
Now, Andrew points out that many criminals may believe that federal agents are focusing all of their attention on immigration, but he says this case proves that drug cases remain a top priority. As for that couple,
Nah, that black dude just bought that motherfucking house. Tell ICE to hold on a second. Hold on, ICE. I got one for you. Federales, roll out. Damn. Can't get caught with nothing. Don't sell drugs. Just do crypto or something. I don't know.
Do crypto. Do crypto like it's a drug. Just do crypto.
Do some hot crypto. Why are you showing my screen? I'm getting my other thing up there. Okay.
Mikey, I have another episode of Paper Shuffling with Mika Brzezinski for you.
Right, let's get it going.
America first mean? Well, according to President Trump, it means whatever he says it does. In a new piece for The Atlantic, staff writer Michael Shearer recounts his phone interview with the president in which Trump brushes off rare criticism from MAGA supporters of his seeming willingness to get involved in Israel's attacks on Iran. And Michael joins us now, along with former Democratic Congressman Connor Lamb of Pennsylvania. He's a Marine veteran and president of the National Action Network and host of MSNBC's Politics Nation.
I always call him like the skeleton of Al Sharpton because that's what he looks like. It's just what he looks like.
Or Al Roker. I liked Fat Al Roker.
Yeah. I mean, good on Al Sharpton for losing all that weight, right?
Luther. I liked Fat Luther.
He just looks like he's part mummy now.
Reverend Al Sharpton, good to have you all with us. Michael, let's talk about that conversation you had with the president. Does it matter to him? Does he seem to be splitting up his base?
The measure of a politician is how well he can get contradictory parts of a coalition together to believe in him. And the challenge of governing is when you start governing, you have to make choices. And this is clearly a key moment for his coalition. And I think it has bothered him. I mean, he's spoken out to me on Saturday. He was speaking about it a couple times yesterday in Canada. He's tweeted about Tucker Carlson recently. I think he feels very strongly, and he's been consistent for weeks now, that Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon, and that the option of military force by the U.S. has to be on the table. There's a significant part of his base.
Says who?
Yeah, says who? Who's making those calls over there?
What the fuck? Hey, you're not allowed to do that.
Is that like some
Bitch,
sort of?
do I know you? Like, what?
Yeah. Is that like some sort of rule, or like you should probably check the player's handbook?
I mean, they weren't allowed to enrich uranium when we had a deal with them under the Obama administration, but then somebody, I can't even remember who it was.
Yeah, whoever was president from 2017 to 2021, that guy.
I don't remember. But
It's
that
certainly,
dude.
we certainly didn't reelect him for some crazy fucking
Somebody
reason.
said he was gonna wipe his ass with that Iran nuclear deal. I don't know.
Yeah.
Somebody.
After Obama took God knows how many years just to get them to agree to stop doing it.
I mean, hey, maybe now we should try diplomacy. Let's try a deal now.
Yeah, let's.
Hey, that thing I broke. Turns out we needed it. Would you like to go back to where we were previously and act like I didn't just fucking do that?
Yeah.
Is he just trying to fucking? I'm just trying to fix my camera. It was like about to fall off, and now I've got it all fucked up, and I can't stop touching it. He was like, "Yo, I just need to do it. Can I get an Obama to go? Can I just get one Obama?" You did it for him. What the fuck? Come on, let me get a deal. You just don't give deals to the black people. See, this is the DEI shit.
This is what happens. This kind of shit is what happens when you're like, oh yeah, well the Iran nuclear deal was all liberal woke nonsense or whatever he said it was originally. He's like, Obama did it, so I'm just gonna undo it because Obama did it. Well, maybe Obama did a few good things.
Maybe it was for a reason.
Maybe he did it for a fucking reason. So
Maybe read it.
So Israel, because Israel was talking about doing this all the way back in 2012.
Yeah.
So maybe Obama did this to stop Israel from doing this. And now he's like, oh, well, Obama, we don't need an Iran nuclear deal. What's going to happen? Nothing's going to happen.
Look, he's got concepts of a deal in the works right now, and you will get them in 2 weeks, right after the tax returns.
If Trump is truly the world's greatest negotiator, like he claims to be,
he should be done by now, right?
Then this shouldn't be an issue. You should just have to call up Netanyahu and say, "Listen,
call the Ayatollah.
Yeah, call or get them all on the phone. Get a three-way going.
Get a FaceTime, three-way FaceTime.
Get a FaceTime going with both of them and be like, guys, listen, we got to come to some sort of an agreement on this. You can't be blowing each other up.
You guys both know I'm great. So which one of you wants to kiss the ring first?
Get your chief diplomat, Secretary of State Marco Rubio, to do it.
Little Marco, I'm sending him over.
Oh, I'm sorry. He's busy with his 10 other jobs.
Already abusing the minorities in the workforce. You know what I'm saying? Like, even Marco is not unscathed. They got him doing all the work.
Do you know
Peter is running around drunk all day, and then Marco is just flying around country to country, writing reports, dealing with the press.
Do you know who Trump plans on sending to negotiate a ceasefire between Israel and Iran?
It's the woodchuck guy, right? His golfing buddy.
In all reality, this is 100% what Trump's plan is.
Michael Rappaport,
the vice president.
Oh God,
the guy who killed the Pope.
Come on,
he's gonna send JD Vance over there. Fuck some couches.
They don't have couches. big pillows. No, he doesn't.
Mr. Charisma.
I thought he was the deal maker. Why are you sending JD, Mr. Negative Riz? Just incompetent, man. Incompetent. No, Tim, you didn't miss Super Tansky. We're going to reschedule.
Yeah.
That sees in that statement a return to sort of the Bush doctrine of the early 2000s. I mean, that's where Tucker Carlson's coming from. He felt very burned by the invasion of Iraq. And we're going to see how that plays out over the coming days.
And correct me if I'm wrong, Michael. It seems like always has been in line with his base, unless I'm forgetting something. Is this the first time he's really pushing back in a way that's significant?
Tucker?
No, Trump.
Oh boy.
No, I think Trump has taken on his.
Bro lost the thread.
That was off the backboard, son. Where you looking? Where you looking?
His critics and his party, his whole career. I mean, what is different is Tucker Carlson is actually basically an intimate of President Trump. You know, after the.
Oh, that's not a good word to use.
Wow. I'm not calling any of y'all my intimates.
Oh. I don't want to hear of Trump being intimate with anybody.
If you'd like to become a member, the Bintiment level is just opened up.
The Bintiment. $50 a month and you can be Bintiment.
Oh, gross.
After the election last year, Tucker was down at Mar-a-Lago for weeks. He's very close to the president's son. He's very close to Robert F. Kennedy. He was part of conversations about the...
all right. Which son is Tucker Carlson? Is it Don Jr.? Because then him and Don Jr. and RFK Jr. were all fucking just doing cocaine, right? That's all they were doing.
Tucker does act like he just figured out that cocaine was like available for purchase. He's like, oh, I can buy more? All right. Let's get some more.
Formation of the government. If you go back to his time at Fox and after he left Fox, he was the most Trumpist of the people there. But again, the Trump message has always included more people than any one policy can contain. If you look, at tariffs and lower.
He's an intimate Trumpist.
Like Trumpist? Just say MAGA, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what he was trying to. Like, would I say Obamaist or Clintonist? I don't know. Maybe he just kind of painted himself into a corner and couldn't figure it out.
I think he really got confused there for a minute with her question that she was very clearly asking, and now he's just thrown off.
Look, he doesn't know what's going on right now. He's in the weeds. He is in the weeds.
Lowering taxes or anything along those lines. So this is a breaking point. I mean, Tucker was on a different web show yesterday saying that if Trump goes through with this could be the end of his presidency. So
this must be why he's a writer and not like a media personality.
I mean, you got to just take a second, regather.
Listen, I get it.
Just head right into it. It's fine.
We all get stage fright. We all get nervous.
Yeah, fuck it. Hey, just picture all of us naked, dog.
Picture Mika naked.
Don't do that. Don't do it.
Al Sharpton.
Yeah, picture Al Sharpton naked, and you'll talk much smoother.
The stakes are pretty high, and these are very strong words being exchanged between the two men.
Yeah, certainly some sharp divides. Tucker Carlson weighing Mark with Steve Bannon.
Put the fucking paper down now.
On the other side, former Congressman Lamb, your state obviously is one that has gone for Donald Trump twice, Pennsylvania. It is one where certainly it's not.
All right, we need to hear the rest of this. I just wanted to hear them talk about Donald Trump saying that he gets to make up the rules about what is America first.
Which is wild. To the art world. For the arts, I tell you, for the arts.
Passion always has been, always will be.
Wilsonville Jr. True Williams poured that passion into her latest piece. It's called Chainsmoker. She collected the cigarette butts at a concert and mixed them with clay to form this heart. True says her grandparents...
It's an anatomical heart made out of... Like, they keep getting the camera angle wrong, but you can, see the ventricles coming off of it. It looks pretty sick.
Died of smoking-related illnesses.
It's kind of like a PSA to people. I wanted them to almost feel grief from it.
True's art teacher entered Chainsmoker in the Clackamas Education Service District Regional Art Show. Last year, True won the sophomore category with this painting. She couldn't wait for this year's show.
Buildup of excitement was flowing through my veins.
But when True got to the district building the night of the reception, here's what she saw. Her art stuffed in a plastic bag in a plastic container on a table. This photo from the district's Facebook page offers a broader perspective.
That's disrespectful. I don't care what nobody say. Do not put my shit in no Ziploc bag. Fuck y'all. It's an art festival. Everybody stank. Let's be real. Y'all smell like turpentine and paint thinner and grease pencils. Canvas.
That it was just completely dismissed. It was heartbreaking. It was embarrassing.
Do not make a heartbreaking joke. It is not the time.
No one else's piece got treated this way.
True reached out to district officials, worried judges never got a chance to see her piece as she...
See, that looks a little bit better that way. You can kind of see the ventricles coming off.
Oh, yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
had intended. A district spokesperson told us judges did have access to a photo and description of all entries, which we found online. They also said True's work was contained in plastic to mitigate a, quote, strong odor of cigarettes. True expressed her frustrations to district officials. Art show coordinator Shirley Skidmore responded to her by email, saying in part, "You are a talented young artist, and I'm sorry if the reconfigured display of your artwork disappointed you." Once again, here's that reconfigured display.
My work was not respected, and that is why I am upset.
Y'all don't have no fucking plexiglass boxes nowhere?
Yeah, you can put it in a fucking plastic box? Come on.
Come on, dog. Y'all didn't even try.
Nah.
Didn't even fucking try. And I feel for the kid.
Yeah, that's rough.
Now we have an
Speaking of kids.
Speaking of rough.
Yeah.
update at noon this afternoon. A simple bike ride turned into a terror.
Somebody come get their wife.
Yo, I'm not riding bikes anymore. People riding bikes keep getting hurt. What's not
Blackwood
happening?
This is a very bike-heavy episode.
County deputies say a woman is facing charges after driving her car on a multi-use path pursuing a 14-year-old on an e-bike. Pamela.
Bro,
What the fuck?
people have lost their minds. I'm convinced now. Convinced.
She spoke to the teen about the chase and how he managed to get away.
Tell me why little homie got a GoPro. Caught in 4K, bitch.
Is this lady trying to hit me?
Lady.
Holy shit.
Lady.
Holy shit.
Lady.
What are you doing?
What are you doing? Why are y'all like this?
I have been not necessarily chased, but harassed by someone in their car while I was in a car. And that is terrifying. Like this lady tried to run me and my friends down because we were too loud at a rest stop in the middle of the night. And so she tried to like get us on the highway and like run us off the road, but like he's on a fucking bike, dude.
Like headlights on the bike path is crazy. Crazy.
Yo, if you ever saw that while riding a bike, I'd be like, oh, I'm fucking cooked. There's no way that I can get away from that car unless I go into the fucking woods.
Like I was confident I'd get away from like a stray dog or two, but a V6?
Yeah.
I don't know if I can pedal that fast.
Get away.
I ain't got 150 horses.
Lady trying to hit me.
That's Gay Jealous trying to get away from a car chasing after him on a trail.
Yo, look at her.
I look back at the headlights. I'm like, that's not supposed to be there.
Understatement of the year.
That's not supposed to be there.
That might be soundboard worthy. Hold on.
Chasing after him on a trail.
I look back at the headlights. I'm like, that's not supposed to be there.
Well, it appears this woman was ignoring all signs and sidewalks. Deputies say she recklessly drove off this road and onto this trail, chasing down a 14-year-old riding his bike. Deputies arrested 65-year-old Julia Kaltoff after what they call an apparent...
Ma'am, you have more important things to attend to than chasing down this little bike kid. You are in desperate need of some moisturizer. I don't know if you thought the kid had a bottle of lotion on him or something like that, but you have other things to attend to rather than haranguing the local youths. Let them ride their annoying whizzy bikes.
road rage incident Saturday. She told deputies Gage was riding his bike too fast and she wanted to find out where he lived, but nearly hit him in the process.
That's how I always find out where people live. I run them over and check them for ID.
While trying to get away from
you hit them with your car and then you say, hey, where do you live?
Hey, where do you live? I have to take you somewhere.
I look back at the headlights. I'm like, that's not supposed to be there.
Just trying to get help.
I swerved over and onto the road and I laid someone down, but they later kept driving and another witness had stayed and he helped me out. That was the witness that cut her off and let me go.
His mom is just grateful her son is safe, but she's still...
Oh, look at that hardened motorcycle he's got there. Dog, he was just getting some wind in his quaffed. You feel me? He got the little swoopity Justin Bieber going.
He's fucking wearing Crocs. No one is threatening wearing Crocs.
The Crocs are not in sport mode. I can affirm right now. When that strap is on the backside, hey, motherfucking Crocs can be motherfuckers can be dangerous. They get that extra grip.
Shaken.
I'm furious. As a mother and as an adult, there's no way on God's green.
I mean, legally, she should be allowed to beat that lady's ass.
Yeah, right?
I'm just saying she should be able to get a good grip on her fucking shirt and get the swatting for 30, 60 seconds. That's how I feel like we should have more retributive. Yeah, more punitive, like actual capital punishment between the two involved parties. Like, oh, you keep fucking pouring oil into my yard, I get to slap you with an oily hand. Like, it needs to be that. And you got to pay the fees and clean it up. But you also get the oil slap because we're sick of the shit. Need more embarrassment in this fucking society because people are not embarrassed anymore.
Or that's okay, or that it's acceptable.
Deputies didn't arrest Kaltoff right away, but after further investigation, she was taken into custody on Tuesday. Now she faces several charges, including aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
So I'm glad that they stepped up and they handled the situation.
Gage is taking a break from biking.
He said, I'm done with this
He's
bike.
taking a break from biking. He's
I
like,
got a long board. I don't want to try.
You know what? Maybe rollerblading.
I got these sweet Heelys. I'm just going to go through the neighborhood on those. I'm going to upgrade from Crocs to Heelys because this e-bike is dangerous.
It's just, I'm trying to get over the fear of her out there.
Trolling the fucking sidewalks in her car.
This actually is the next story. And I've been making playlists on here for us. You're a collaborator, in case you ever want to know what the clips were. So I can probably just go right ahead. We're going fishing, y'all. And this is your neck of the woods, Tim.
Massachusetts? I don't claim any responsibility for shit that happens in Massachusetts.
You're the closest.
No.
A day in court for the
refuse.
man
Just said no.
accused in a racist attack targeting a father and daughter who were fishing. They were on a lake in Lunenburg when they say a stranger began throwing rocks at them and shouting racial slurs. Thanks for staying with.
Hey, white people, are y'all good? What's up,
No,
man?
they're not. They're not.
What's wrong?
There
What's wrong?
There is an incredibly racist history of white people not letting other people use their beaches.
He not doing nothing. But hey, you're not allowed to have fun, I guess.
You know, they were probably throwing rocks to find out where he lived.
Like he wasn't throwing cars on a bike path.
With us, I'm Lisa Hughes. Courtney has the evening off.
And I'm David Wade. That stranger
throw a bike path at him.
Is now facing criminal charges. And as WBZ's Paul Burton shows us, the father made sure that he was in.
That's an excellent green on his tie. I just wanted to point that out.
That's a nice, that's a nice tie.
To see that suspect.
Skittle green.
Matter of David McCarthy.
Brother, then this is the other thing. Y'all be the most Pillsbury Doughboy motherfuckers ever. But y'all always want to do violent shit. Like that lady was not ready for a scrap with that other mom. But she was totally ready to run the kid over with a damn SUV. Here come this old crotchety, crickety ass motherfucker. Boy, you lucky that motherfucker didn't dock that boat, get off, and whoop the dog shit out of you. The caucasity.
Garland, assault with dangerous weapon, 2 counts, assault to intimidate.
67-year-old David McPartland pled not guilty today as he faced a judge in Fitchburg District Court.
Hold on, I'm gonna criticize his fit. Boy, I know you ain't got some Dockers on with a shirt tucked in with no belt.
At least wear a belt.
You look like you on some sort of
67-year-old David
protective
McPartland
watch.
pled not guilty today as he faced a judge in Fitchburg District Court. The airman faces a number of charges, including assault with a dangerous weapon and intimidation, after police say he hurled racial slurs and threw rocks at Sharon Brown and his 10-year-old daughter.
You see, I got my baby with me. Why we gotta get up to this level? You see, I got the kid with me in the boat. We're fishing.
What is his completely invalid excuse?
Here we go.
Who were out fishing on Lake Shirley in Lunenburg last month.
Oh, yeah, I'm throwing rocks at you. Oh, what was that?
That cell phone video Brown took of McPartland yelling racial slurs at him and his daughter. Investigators say he then proceeded to throw rocks at them. Brown was in the courtroom today as McPartland was arraigned.
Hold on, let's go back and look at Brown real quick.
Investigators say he then proceeded to throw rocks at them. Brown.
Oh man, you don't want that work? Are you crazy? Are you crazy? If you hit him with a rock and he docked that boat, what was your next plan? Except to be at the bottom of that lake. Like what the they be right on the edge of life and death and don't even know it.
I was in the courtroom today as McPartland was arraigned.
I want to make sure justice is served for my daughter and myself. I'm still shocked and dismayed about the situation. Kind of losing
And his voice deep. He would have beat the brakes off of you. You would have been cooked, dude.
sleep at night. It kind of bothers me when I think about
You'd have been boiled goose meat out of this bitch.
it.
At the time of the incident, McPartland told police that the father and daughter.
Look at this. Nah, dog, you are not in the right. You're not in fighting shape.
Nope.
You should refrain from all assaults and batteries going forward.
Were fishing too close to his dock and asked him to leave. Brown says he's been a competitive fisherman for decades and has fished on this lake several times and won 2 tournaments here. He says he picked the area because it's the safest place for his daughter to fish.
Let me get away from all these assholes ripping and running up and down the lake. Let me go to a nice, quiet lagoon.
No,
away
you're too
from
close. You're too close to my shit.
Bro, I'm just fishing. You see, we got fishing poles in the water. We're just
See-
trying to catch some fish. It's a father-daughter fishing trip. Didn't you see a Goofy movie, motherfucker? Like, god damn. See, that's the problem. No, that's it, Tim. That's the motherfucking problem. A lot of you little dumb motherfuckers out here ain't seen a Goofy movie, and that's what's wrong with y'all. You have not beheld the power of Powerline, right? You do not know the elegance of the perfect cast. You're just out here raw dogging life without experiences that you need on a day-to-day basis. That's the problem.
Has your daughter seen the Goofy movie?
I'm scared to show her because she just, every time I try to show her a movie that I like, she just ignores it and then plays with stuff and then she doesn't watch it.
You don't want to get your heart broken?
Not again. I'm scared to show her Nightmare Before Christmas too, because I'm like, if you don't like this, you have to move out. Like, you're moving with Nana. So you and Nana are going to be best friends because she will have full custody of your ass. I will not tolerate that.
Yeah, he did not want me to fish.
I have fucking rights, Tim.
By his property. No land or no lake resident owns the water.
And there you go. So
Yeah.
if you're out there fishing, out here on Juneteenth, enjoying some of the gentle waves of a large lake, and someone says, "Hey, that's my water," you can't own the water. It's everybody's water, bitch.
So I was just fishing the water. I wasn't fishing his property or touching his property. Liberty, came out of his house, walked towards the shore edge, and started berating me.
We knocked at McPartland's
You know he ain't picking up.
home address, but he did not respond.
Who you fishing with?
My dad.
Outside the courthouse, Brown says
They're cute.
his daughter is still
You got a
processing
bluegill.
the frightening incident.
She hasn't asked to go fishing yet. It's been a couple of weeks. Start of the summer. So hopefully that she still feels confident in going out with her dad. Safest place for a child is with their parent. My safest place for me is out in my boat on the water. So it kind of goes hand in hand. And now that's kind of disrupted right now. I just say that we'll ask God to forgive the mean man, and hopefully things get better.
McPartland.
Who you better than me? Who you better than me?
But
Oh, buddy.
Diz
you
is
better than me.
100% right. That is HOA Energy owning the lake. That's why
Yeah.
I vehemently oppose homeowners associations, because that's all they exist to do, is just to make people's life hard and to keep the black people out.
Oh, wait a minute. I got something for that.
Take it for me.
Oh, I missed, but
Well, then black people are getting the jobs that we white people used to.
that's my bass. You're not catching no bass over here. Since it is Juneteenth, I'm keeping it black.
Working as a
Yo, the self-hating blacks are like kind of like my new favorite. Like, this is so funny to me. This is
working
so
as a
funny.
server, you'll quickly learn that black people
This is so worth it. Just trust me, y'all.
are the most annoyingly entitled people you'll ever have to deal with.
Is this music gonna get me? I doubt it.
I don't think so.
This is where I kind of started to be racist, I guess.
Oh, did you?
Oh no.
The edits here are trim magnifique.
I'm not racist, but
Yeah.
To serving black people. I can't. I'm not going to treat y'all as good as I treat everyone else. But if a family of black people walked in, oh my God, I would damn near start crying. Nigga,
Oh, why are you crying?
I would ask every other server there, like, can y'all please serve this table?
Oh, hi, Drake. I hear you like him.
Because Mexicans, they are super entitled and rude as well. Like,
Uh-oh, they catching strays. Look out, Mexicans.
Damn.
every black person that walks in is ghetto and treating me rude every day.
Wow.
Then obviously, I'm going to say that black people are rude and ghetto because...
Wow. What is a here angry pop art? That's fucked up.
I hated that it never failed because I would always hope to find one black person, one black family that treated me any differently.
But wait, there's more.
My TikTok account with 12,000 followers, 1 million views, and one day it just got banned.
Oh no. Oh no, why did it get banned? I can't imagine why his TikTok would have gotten banned.
It gets better. It gets better.
And it hurts. It hurts really bad, you know, because I had a lot of money waiting for me in that account that I was depending on to pay for things that I need. But you know what? Instead of laying down and crying, because I really do.
Oh, he got me crying, but for a totally separate reason. Oh, you literally popped off on TikTok for making fun of black folks whilst biracial by the looks of you. And then your shit gets banned. And I'm like, but my money. But I was making money, making fun of them.
Take away all my money.
I want to cry because it took me a long time to get 10,000.
Those 12,000 followers.
And to ban me for some shit that y'all said wasn't against the guidelines.
But you said I could be mean to them.
Made the same videos over and y'all swore it wasn't against the guidelines and you're gonna ban me for the same fucking video. And it just doesn't make sense to me, bro.
It's senseless. They're like prejudging you before they really watch the whole content.
It's a goddamn Greek tragedy is what it is.
It's like, now I have to make a whole nother fucking account and do this shit again.
Oh no.
It's like 2 steps forward, 1 step back. It's like you're being oppressed.
And it's like I always say,
yeah,
minor setbacks, major comebacks.
Just you wait.
I'm gonna come back harder and stronger.
The South will rise again.
It just sucks, you know. It really does. Took me years.
This goes on for an additional 9 minutes.
Oh my god. His crying goes on for another 9 minutes? Bro.
I just had to give y'all a taste. It was too good. It was too good.
Oof.
I love it. I can't help it. It's a guilty pleasure of mine. I know I shouldn't like that this poor young man has lost a way to help pay his bills, I guess. And he will be struggling for that. But hey.
But them's the breaks.
What can I say?
All right, I got
wish
one
I
for
could
you.
feel bad for you. Mhm.
I don't think this is actually pretty big news that I don't know if we covered, but the Supreme Court, they're at it again.
The Supreme Court is upholding Tennessee's ban on gender-affirming care for transgender minors. In a 6-3 decision today, the justices ruled that the state's law, which prevents children from accessing treatments like puberty blockers or hormone therapy, did not violate the Constitution's Equal Protection Clause.
In the court's majority opinion, Chief Justice John Roberts wrote, "The voices in these debates raise serious concerns. The implications for all are profound." But he went on to add that the court will leave the issue to the people, their elected representatives, and the democratic process. Tennessee is one of 27 states that have enacted some form of legislation limiting gender-affirming care for minors. And advocates say today's ruling is a huge setback for trans rights across the country. John Yang has more.
The challenge to the Tennessee law came from 3 transgender teens, their parents, and a physician. The ACLU said today's ruling was a devastating loss for transgender people and creates a class of people who politicians believe deserve health care and a class of people who do not.
Exactly.
Tennessee Attorney General
'Cause that's
Jonathan
what it-
Skrmetti, who defended the law.
Because that's what it boils down to. Because as much as they want to like religiousize and try to claim the moral high ground on all this shit, this gets real down to independent freedoms.
Yeah.
And parents' rights, which is their whole thing. Like, you want your kids to be able to go to fucking school with rubella and mumps, but I can't do something positive for my child. Like, come on, man. Like, you can't let the cootie kids into the school and then say I can't use medicine on my kid. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Well, and you know, this and the Dobbs ruling on women's healthcare rights, like they're creating a class of people who deserve healthcare and a class of people who don't.
Right.
They're creating an underclass of women and transgender people who don't deserve the healthcare that they need.
They're not entitled to bodily autonomy, essentially.
Yeah. Yeah, they're carving out bodily autonomy as something that people just don't have the right to have.
Right. Which is
And-
fucking bullshit.
Yeah. And yeah, Mike, you're right. This is all individual rights. This is all fucking Republicans should be against this.
This is exactly what they said that they hated. They
Except-
hated that the big brother, here comes big brother, to fucking stomp all over my individual freedoms.
Except that they don't actually care about any of that.
Oh.
They don't care about your rights as a person.
What?
Has anyone been alive in the last 10 years? They don't care about any of that shit.
No.
They don't care about your right to healthcare. They don't care about your right to housing. You don't care about your right to be in the country. They don't care about your right to food or water or any of that. Clean air doesn't matter.
She's climbing. Yeah, and apparently they're gonna. I don't know if it was Illinois or not, but they're like pulling back a lot of the EPA restrictions. Like that's about to go into effect for a lot of shit. So
yeah,
cool. Acid rain's back.
Right.
Awesome. Bunch of fucking lakes full of dead fish. Cool.
The buttons.
On court
Rabbi.
said the decision recognizes that the Constitution lets us fulfill society's highest calling, protecting our kids. PBS News Supreme Court analyst Amy Howe is co-founder of SCOTUS blog, and Lindsay Dawson is director of LGBTQ health policy at KFF. Welcome to you both. Amy, let's start with you and talk about what the justices said today. Now, in 2019, this court said that transgender people had workplace protections against discrimination. Why a different outcome today?
We don't know exactly, and that was a 6-3 decision as well. Justice Neil Gorsuch, who was in the majority today in upholding Tennessee's ban, was the author of that decision. The Chief Justice, John Roberts, also joined that decision. The court's dynamics have changed, obviously. Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg died in 2020 and was replaced by Justice Amy Coney Barrett, but that doesn't explain exactly what was going on. One of the things that may well be going on, the court pointed to both Tennessee's interest, it said, in protecting children, and then to what Tennessee describes as the uncertainty and the risks surrounding these kinds of treatments for transgender children.
Lindsay, we've been following a family in Texas. We've given them pseudonyms to protect their identity. Texas, of course, bans gender-affirming care for minors, so they've had to go to New Mexico to get hormone therapy for their 14-year-old trans daughter, Leah. After the court ruled, we spoke to Mary, Leah's mother. Listen to what she had to say.
This just kind of gives states the green light to continue to ban this gender-affirming care. We're lucky that we're able to access this care in New Mexico right now, but I don't know what that's going to mean in the future. I don't know if the current sanctuary states are going to hold up what they're doing or not. The first thought is just look for another sanctuary city. But I mean, if everybody starts following suit, then we're just stuck. I mean, I don't know what that would mean for us. You know, every time we go, we get another 6 months of meds and just kind of hold on to that and hope that that's enough.
Are there a lot of families like Leah and her family and across the country? And what's the sort of the general impact on across the country?
Sure. So because the Supreme Court decided that the Tennessee law does not violate the Constitution's Equal Protections Clause, that means that states with bans in place, like Texas.
Oh, and I heard about this earlier too. The reason they're saying it doesn't violate equal protection is because it's about age, not gender, and that healthcare for certain ages is not a protected class. Like that was part of their ruling, is that they were ruling it on the basis of the age of the child and not the gender of the child.
This or like Tennessee can continue. In states where there are no bans, there is no restriction, so that those minors can still access care. But what you're faced with is a patchwork of access to gender-affirming care, just as we see with this family. And if you're fortunate enough to be able to cross the state line and get access to care somewhere else, then that's wonderful for your family, but many families don't have the privilege to be able to do that.
Amy, Justice Sotomayor wrote the dissenting opinions for herself and Justices Kagan and Jackson. She noted that major medical associations say that gender-affirming care is appropriate and necessary. And she said that the majority authorizes without second thought untold harm to transgender children and the parents and families who love them. What was your takeaway from that dissent?
So she read her dissent from the bench, which is something that justices only do when they feel.
Oh, we got a super chat from Tim Ballum. 5 British pounds. They will use any camera against the parents like they have against women seeking reproductive care.
I'm back.
Mikey, how many British pounds is this?
5 British pounds.
Really strongly, and they feel that the majority really got it wrong. It took about 15 minutes, and she concluded with kind of an unusual statement. She said, in sadness, which is not something we hear all the time, even in dissents from the bench. And then she said, I dissent, without including the respectfully that justices usually include. So it was something that she felt very strongly about. Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson joined all of her dissent. Justice Elena Kagan joined most of it. And her argument was really that the court got it very wrong. You referenced the earlier case involving LGBT protections under federal employment discrimination law for LGBTQ workers. And she said, in essence, this case is just like that one, for all of the reasons that the court held in that case, Bostock, that LGBTQ workers are entitled to protections under federal employment discrimination laws. This Tennessee law violates the Equal Protection Clause of the Constitution.
Lindsay, where does this fit in with the Trump administrations and the congressional Republicans and Republicans across the country, their drive or their effort to limit the rights of transgender people?
So what's been happening in states that have been seeking to restrict this care is similar to what we've been seeing in the Trump administration. The Trump administration campaigned on restricting access to care for transgender youth. And since taking office and since the early days of the presidency in January, have sought to take actions to restrict this care further. So it is really in line with those efforts as this issue has become more politicized and polarized.
Amy, Justice Barrett wrote a concurring opinion in which she stressed that she was writing to emphasize that she does not believe that transgender people are a suspect class, that they do not deserve heightened scrutiny in cases. What does that do to the drive, to work in courts to protect transgender rights?
So that was a separate opinion that was joined by Justice Clarence Thomas. None of the other justices joined that. The court, in the Chief Justice's majority opinion, said, we don't need to address that question. We've never held that. We're not deciding it now. But it certainly is something I think that will.
Oh, we got another super chat.
Woo woo. You got the air horns on your side. Oh, they don't work.
Mine don't work. My buttons don't work. I haven't figured them out yet. Wah, wah, wah. There you go. 10
British pounds.
From Tim Ballum. In May, law enforcement authorities in Texas performed a nationwide search of more than 83,000 ALPR cameras to locate a woman they said had an self-administered abortion.
I am pulling up one from Progress Only sent me last week in Mount Prospect, Illinois. One of the, I'll grab the thing, but I got something for that.
Okay.
Lend itself to other challenges, to other laws affecting transgender children, and then also possibly affecting other transgender people. You know, she mentioned a couple of examples in particular. She said that laws affecting transgender people, because transgender people are not a suspect class, they should not be subject to heightened scrutiny. She said courts shouldn't be weighing in. Legislatures should be making decisions on things involving like restrooms and boys and girls sports teams. And so, you know, you do suspect that when these issues come to the Supreme Court, as they likely are to come in months or the years ahead, that you know, at least Justice Barrett and Justice Thomas are going to be skeptical of those challenges as well.
Amy Howe.
So yeah, the Supreme Court, once again, on the right side of history, voting against transgender rights.
Where do we live currently? Because I'm not sure.
I don't. America.
The common sense bullshit that is just completely escapes them. You know, things that are obviously of a first year law student can tell you. The Constitution does and does not say certain things.
I mean, we are getting towards the end of June, and June is like decisions month, so I'm sure there's going to be other crazy nonsense decisions coming out. Because there was a few big Supreme Court cases on the docket this time around. And that was one of them.
Oh, there it is. Here we go. I found it. Land of the free, Mikey. Yeah.
Travel through Illinois, little devices track license plates. The automated license plate reader system is called ALPR for short. And for now, Illinois has shut down access to that data by other jurisdictions due to alleged illegal use.
Now, why on earth would anybody want to look at the license plate reader data?
This data is being used to track people getting abortions or for ICE to use to track down individuals based on immigration policy. That is a very slippery slope.
Today, Illinois Secretary of State Alexi Giannoulias said an ALPR search by a Texas officer for the issue of abortion care led his office to discover other questionable searches.
What else did you find?
Giannoulias says Mount Prospect Police Department improperly accessed the data for the Texas inquiry. The Secretary of State's office additionally found 262 searches for immigration issues through Mount Prospect. Both types of searches are illegal in Illinois.
Illinois must
Sounds like someone's going to jail then, right?
Yeah, right.
provide safe abortion care without fear of surveillance or criminalization from bad actors within our borders and beyond.
But our statewide policies are only as strong as the counties, cities, and municipalities that implement these policies across Illinois.
Now Giannoulias is auditing searches in Illinois and putting a hold on any out-of-state requests.
So this instance in Texas, they said it's for abortion. And what we've seen in other municipalities is it says for immigration purposes. That violates the law here on the books.
Arrest them. Arrest them.
Books in Illinois.
Here's how the system works in Illinois. Those authorized can access ALPR through a vendor called Flock. The individual must affirm.
Why is there a vendor? Why is there a vendor? The vendor's not going to fucking keep that shit to themselves.
Yeah.
The reason for the search complies
Palantir is all up in that bitch.
with Illinois law and must further enter the reason for the search, which would give locations and photos of the vehicle.
Automatic license plate readers are there to prevent violent crime, to prevent carjacking, to find stolen vehicles, and to help when there's a kidnapping.
Janulius says he
kind of look like Troy Aikman, no?
Yeah, a little bit. He's got to look like that.
And to help when there's a kidnapping.
Janulius says he is in touch with the Illinois Attorney General to see if any legal action might be needed. We did reach out to the Mount.
Yeah, you're not allowed to fucking do that. Just like if someone's a fucking psycho ex-boyfriend and he wants to go through the database and look up all the ex's boyfriends and run their criminal, like you're not allowed to do that either. So yeah, get the fuck out of the database trying to fucking find women trying to get health care because your state's fucking crazy.
Surveillance state.
We've made it.
Now, Mikey, I know that you have a particular video that you want to play before we end the show, but I have one hilarious callback to the beginning of our show that I think you will enjoy. Oh, why does it keep doing that? Stop doing that.
Because you don't put yours up. You just leave mine up. There you go.
The headline is Honda says it successfully tested a reusable rocket, albeit a much smaller than those companies used by SpaceX. Honda's rocket hints at a growing push into commercial spacecraft.
I bet it gets better gas mileage.
The Japanese car maker announced Wednesday that it successfully launched and landed its own experimental reusable rocket. Company officials said it's roughly 21-foot tall booster reached an altitude of 890 feet before it landed vertically. The test flight is further indication that space operations around the world are expanding into the commercial sector rather than being limited to a handful of government agencies. They have not yet revealed how they intend to commercialize this, but it's an effort into sustainable transportation. The CEO says, "We believe this rocket is a meaningful endeavor that leverages Honda's technological strengths." The flight lasted 56.6 seconds, and the rocket touched down within 15 inches of its targeted landing zone. Russell, without blowing up?
They said it couldn't be done.
They said it couldn't be done. But Honda's out there doing it.
Christie's got me cracking up. Breaking news: Trump is set to make a decision on authorizing the U.S. military to attack Iran within 2 weeks.
Within 2 weeks?
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, boy. Yeah, he's like, oh, yeah, maybe we will, maybe we won't. I don't know.
Fucking VTech rocket.
Something VTech. Yo, VTech just kicked in.
Yo, once it gets to like, I know it's at 5,000 feet, but once it gets to 7,000 feet, woo, buddy, hold on to your butts. That's when the VTech comes in. Gonna blast you to the back of this auditorium. So one thing that we didn't really have a lot of time to talk about on Tuesday, was there was a shooting at the Salt Lake City protest.
Oh yeah,
the No Kings Parade, and now that everything's kind of oops, wrong button. Everything's kind of settled over there. We've got some better footage. We've got some better reporting and a video for you now.
Who saw our story last night reached out today with this clip. It shows another angle of the shooting. You'll see the suspect, Arturo Gamboa, run through the screen. Then you see the described peace.
Not the rocket type R.
Keepers come into the frame. One of them shoots. This video was provided by a viewer who delivered to the Fox 13 newsroom.
Local news is undefeated.
Yep.
There's Arturo Gamboa, dressed in black, jogging north on State Street. Look behind the fence. You can see Gamboa's figure behind the planks. He bends down. Police have said Gamboa removed an AR-15 style rifle from his backpack. He's behind the fence for about a minute and a half. Meanwhile, one of the yellow-clad volunteer peacekeepers appears to have spotted Gamboa. You see the volunteer with some communication device to his ear, and then he waves to someone else. A second volunteer in yellow arrives. Gamboa starts walking towards State Street. The volunteers have guns drawn. One fires. Police say it was 3 shots. Here's the new video synced with footage we showed you Tuesday night. Here's that video again, even slower. You can see where Gamboa was in relation to the volunteers. But another round struck and killed Afa Alu, a bystander. Police, citing witnesses, have said Gamboa had his rifle in a firing position and was running toward the crowd. But neither Tuesday's video nor the new footage shows that. Tuesday's video showed Gamboa's rifle barrel pointed down, and he doesn't begin running until the shooting starts. Gamboa never...
If they try to get him off saying that he didn't point it at somebody, good fucking luck.
Yeah, yeah.
Every jury from here to the Mississippi is convicting his ass.
Fired a shot, but he remains in the Salt Lake County jail on suspicion of murder. Police alleging his actions caused Afalu's death.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Salt Lake County District Attorney has not formally charged Gamboa and has until Thursday to do so. That's when his jail hold expires.
Look, I'm telling you right now, if I get into a high-speed police chase and I fucking cut left and I make a sharp turn and the cop can't do it and he smashes into somebody and kills them, that's on me. I'm the one committing the crime, causing them to... He is the one attempting to active shoot.
Yeah.
That's him. He's responsible for that. Fuck out of here. Gonna let him go. Bullshit. Bullshit. Yeah, that place will fucking turn up. Salt Lake City will turn up if they let his ass out.
All the Mormons.
People will come in. Not having that shit.
I've been to Salt Lake. Salt Lake's a nice it's a nice city. Very clean.
Yeah, because no one lives there.
All right, Mikey.
It's time.
It's time.
It's time for my birthday celebration, but also, since we're going to get out of here, it sounds like, I want to wish you guys a very happy Juneteenth. Thanks for hanging out with us. I'm going to leave you with this. Oh, you got to go, son. Whoa. Whoa, brother. Yeah. Coming out.
It's a slobber knocker.
What you talking about? You ain't talking about shit. You ain't talking about shit. Better keep it gangster, homie. What you talking about, homie? Are y'all jumping me? No, you not jumping him. No, you not jumping him. Aqua Brother, activate. Aqua Brother, get in that water and go over there and help. Turn it down a little bit. Where the shot at? Where the shot of Aqua Brother? Spear. What's up? Ground and pound. Yeah, what's good? Yeah, and my collar up. Move, lady. Lady, move. Lady, move. I need my hat. Yeah, what's up? Where the whole rest of... Oh, they didn't even show.
Oh, you gotta find a better one.
I gotta find the one. And I gotta find the one. Where was that? Shit. Montgomery? Yeah. Montgomery. Montgomery. Oh my God. How many fucking P's did I just put in Montgomery? I gotta get new. Gotta get a different keyboard. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah.
He want more action.
You want more action.
This is my lady. This is my lady right here. Tell him, TT.
They ready to move now. He ready to run. Yeah. What's up?
Y'all were talking a minute ago.
Yeah. Woo!
Come on off that boat. Come on off that boat. We're gonna try to run to the edge. Where you gonna run, dumbass?
Woo! Beat their ass.
Beat their ass.
He wasn't doing shit for his job.
That's where it's from.
That what you get. That what you get. Oh, tie ass up.
Hold on, where my homie at? Where's my WWF homie? Where's
with
that?
the chair.
Oh, there it is.
With the
There
chair.
it is. It is time. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Racists get the chair. Racists get the chair. You can
Oh,
get it
damn.
too. You can get
Damn.
it too. Who else wants some chair action? So if y'all ever want to really celebrate your Juneteenth off right, go to Home Depot. They got them on sale right now. Special Juneteenth sale. It's like $19.99. You can get your own folding white chair. Leave it out on the front porch.
You know,
let the neighborhood know.
You know what's funny is that like maybe a week or two after that happened, there were two professional wrestlers, Kofi Kingston and oh man, who's the other? Their team's called the New Day, and
the
they
Booty-O's, dude.
yeah. They were doing a backstage like interview or whatever, and they had the white chairs with them.
This is how we let y'all know. Tim, I got bad news.
What?
If
This
you
just
want
in.
to get your hands on a Nintendo Switch 2, you're
Oh
out
my
of
god,
luck.
good luck.
They're sold out in some spots, and
Yep.
others marked way up. Thieves
Yep.
decided they couldn't wait, hitting a semi-truck carrying the console.
What?
They determined that 2000.
Yo, they got the whole shipment.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
They stole the place, the Switch
All the
2s.
Nintendos is gone, son.
All the Nintendos.
1,810 Nintendo Switch 2 consoles were stolen out of the back of that trailer at some point.
Anders Nelson with the Arapahoe County Sheriff's
Damn.
Office says a truck driver was at the Love's truck stop in Bennett when he noticed his trailer had been broken into.
Mm-hmm. I was just in the Loves getting a cup of coffee, you know. Mm-hmm.
Do you remember a couple of months ago when eggs were like $10 a dozen and someone's out there stealing like 10,000 eggs off a truck? They're always going after what we need, man. I need my Nintendo Switch too.
My essentials.
Deputies, he didn't know these hot ticket items were in his cab. These got multiple pallets full of the Nintendo Switch 2 consoles.
How did y'all steal pallets of Nintendos?
They had one of those. They had one of those power jacks or a
They must-
forklift. They had a forklift.
Or a dolly or something. Like that is heavy. You have hundreds of pounds of Nintendos.
No small haul.
Yeah, they retail at $499. The cost to Nintendo is just over $410. So either way you look at it, it's well over $1 million worth of merchandise stolen.
Exactly right.
Steve Baby is a computer.
Yo, check the leaderboards.
Yeah.
Whoever's on the top, it was that motherfucker. And they got that shit by region. If anybody anywhere near this motherfucker get too high on the leaderboards, hey man, I'm gonna need the receipt for your Switch. It was a gift, my ass.
Computer science professor at MSU Denver. He says, don't expect.
Wait, what is this shot we just saw? What is this?
Yeah,
what is
why
this
is
shot?
why
What
is
this
he on a
shot?
fucking portable DVD player?
From a Zoom call? Like what is
What kind of remote shot is this?
What are we watching? Is this art? This might be art. This might be art. I need a banner for the bottom. Is this art? Because it might be.
Either way you look at it, it's well over $1 million worth of merchandise stolen.
Exactly right.
Steve Beatty is a computer science professor at MSU Denver. He said,
All he said for the shot was exactly right.
Okay, all right.
Hold on.
Who made this decision? They were like, well, we got to do the remote shot, but we don't have like a setup for that. So like, can we just put like a little tablet on the floor and we'll just shoot the tablet?
I think someone's trying to get our attention, Tim. This person, this director, is clearly trying to speak to us. You know, this is a coded message.
Just over $410. So either way you look at it, it's well over $1 million worth of merchandise stolen.
Exactly right.
Steve Beatty is a computer science professor at MSU Denver.
As he downloaded himself into a laptop.
Please don't close it. I'm so lonely.
Don't close it.
Expect those
It'll
swipes
delete me.
to show up
My face
on Craigslist or at pawn shops.
Because they're stolen, I would expect them to head to the dark web pretty quickly, unless they're shipped out of country.
The anonymous spot to buy and sell, feeding a demand.
And it took me about 2 minutes to find.
Yo, they got registration numbers for all of those, serial numbers. They got all of those.
And Gina says new AI just dropped.
This dude in a Lenovo.
Switches for sale. Okay, so it's half price.
If you end up with the stolen Switch, Beatty says these devices each have a serial number that police and Nintendo can track.
That's what I'm saying.
When you log in, you have to register that number. That's how you play.
And the Switch now, everything goes through the internet.
Yeah, yeah.
You have to log in everything. You can't just run offline and just like mod your shit. They will, if they find that you modded your Switch now, they brick your system. So it'll never work again. And you have to buy another one.
It's not like back in the day with the Nintendo Wii. You could do whatever you wanted.
No, it was a different time, Tim. It was a golden age we thought would last for 1,000 years.
The games, get updates. Nintendo, he says, can then track your device.
Nintendo does have the capability of what we call bricking the device.
Yo, I have not seen this.
And that is to make it non-functional.
Getting around that lockdown isn't simple. Beatty says you'd have to try and jailbreak it, essentially sidestepping those protections through coding, or avoid connecting to the internet altogether.
Which
you
is
gotta
not
air gap
fun.
it. You can't air gap it.
As deputies work to detect who cleared out these consoles, Beatty says if you
Like Nintendo is still charging $60 for like Mario Party 1.
Yeah.
So they are not, you are not getting into their shit anymore.
who are on the hunt for a Switch, stick to the shops you trust.
They are pricey little devices, right? But
you know, GameStop is like, yo, we should get some of them stolen ones.
Right? Resell them.
And so if you're not paying, $500-$600 for one, you're probably not getting an original.
Investigators say it's unclear if the heist actually.
Damn.
Fucking
Well, if you
Switch
see
heist.
somebody in Mario Kart that's going crazy, got all the high ranks on everything already. See? That's what's up. Well, a serious happy Juneteenth to all of my melanated peoples out there.
Yes.
But clearly the civil rights movement is not over. And we have less allies than normal. So
Fucking tons of mice.
Oh my God.
Get out of here, Restream bot. So yeah.
Love you, Restream bot.
Happy Juneteenth. And happy birthday to me.
Happy birthday to the Tim. And may your birthday never.
Not
God damn it.
Suck in the sky and
yeah, there we go.
Still don't know if it's a bit or not.
No, that was an accident. Well, if I can be transparent, fair and balanced, a lot of these don't have names. They're just the date on which I recorded them and the way the angle of the thing is. I cannot tell what it's called.
You gotta
I memorize where they are.
You gotta
I'm a
put
musician.
names on them. You have too many to not name.
Which one you want? I could pull it up right now. Name one. I could get it.
Let's see. What's a harder
memorized
one?
them.
What's a harder one?
Yeah, make it difficult.
Let's see. You got where's the bomb?
Oh, bomb's right here.
And the girls
God damn it. I just added that one. That's not my fault. I haven't I haven't done like a couple of shows with it in the rotation.
Oh, well,
but I did.
I've
add this.
seen the pages. I know you named some of them. Like you can probably like pull up like the wait a minute or
Leash blonde, bad built butch body.
Got it.
what about I don't like Elon Musk?
I'm gonna say it 50,000 times.
I don't like Elon Musk. I'm gonna say it 50,000 times.
Mm-hmm. I love Tesla.
I love Tesla.
I don't have a name.
Oh, Alistair is confused. Is it my birthday or your birthday?
Yes.
Yeah.
Tim's is first.
We are the. When is your birthday, Mikey?
August.
Oh.
The first week of August.
Okay.
The same day of the Montgomery boat brawl.
Ah, that's why it's happy birthday to Mikey.
That's my favorite
You get
day.
special events.
It
Well,
was-
my birthday is the first day of summer.
So it's your fault.
Oh yeah, it's my fault for sure.
This is because of you. Remember that guy? Remember that guy?
Whatever happened to that guy?
He fell off hard, man.
Damn.
Him and his boyfriend broke up.
I look back at the headlights. I'm like, that's not supposed to be there.
That's a good one. That is a good one.
That kid crushed it without even knowing it. Oh, Billy, he'll have to send it to me because Tim done fucked his shit up, or we'll have to fix.
Yeah.
Did we get a squeaky tank on the soundboard?
Oh my god.
It's hard to get the squeaky tank because everyone's fucking talking through it.
That's true.
Like they would play it and then immediately start laughing. I'm like, I need it to be by its. I'm a fine one.
So, Mikey, just a preview for tonight in Unbox Politics. By the way, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight on Vox Politics, the political review show.
Bleach blonde, bad built, butch body.
Yeah, no, we have
a lot.
All right. There's a video of Marjorie Taylor Greene and Matt Gaetz that we need to watch.
Oh, yes.
I think it's a really major mistake and an insult to me.
There's Tucker Carlson.
Yes, and
the
Raphael.
The
We got a busy night, man.
we also are going to watch Senator Elise Stefanik tear apart Pete Hegseth again.
Not Stefanik, it's the other one.
Slotkin.
Slotkin,
yes. And there's more, man. Like that's
Elizabeth
just
Warren went in.
that's
I got
just
a
what I'm
couple.
remembering right now.
Let me check the playlist real quick because I added some in the unboxed playlist. We got
Capitol.
Who is this? Who this is? Oh, Tammy Duckworth lit his ass up too.
Yeah.
She's gonna secure her spot. I was like, oh, this is good. This is good for my. She's gonna cover the spread now. She's definitely getting into the Sweet 16.
But yeah,
Weston Bell did good.
We got some stuff to watch, man. Like the Trump verse is tearing itself apart right now as we speak.
Yes.
Because Marjorie Taylor Greene and Matt Gaetz did not agree, and neither did Tucker Carlson and Theodore.
Well, I would expect you to know something about the country.
I was like, yo.
So like we're gonna get
Don't
some weird
you have some balls? I was like, yo.
we're gonna get some weird results out of this. Like Tucker Carlson might get a positive score, which is just weird.
Yeah, what if he gets like a C?
Right. Or a B.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Has science gone too far?
So join us here. It's on the screen now too. For Unbox Politics tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, like and subscribe. Go to Patreon and become a patron, and do all that. We have a free tier, or become a YouTube member, like so many others that you're going to see in a video that's going to come across the screen in a few minutes.
Yes.
And yeah. Closing thoughts, Mikey?
Drink some water because it's about to start getting hot.
Yo, it's gonna be hot here today. We're gonna get like thunderstorms and shit.
That's from us from the other day. Sorry
God
about
damn
that.
it. Stop sending me your weather.
My bad. Well, we got 100-degree weather coming up this weekend, so
Yeah, I know. And I have
about to be
it
a
the day
scorcher.
after you have it. Like I think I'm getting 100 degrees on like Tuesday.
Yep, nice, beautiful high pressure system to shove all of our weather and clouds out of the way, completely unobscuring us from the sun's violent ultraviolet and gamma radiate. But it's gonna be hot.
It is gonna be hot and humid from what I hear.
Yeah, that's the thing. We just had rain for like 2 days.
Yeah.
And now it's about to fucking just steam the ground. So it's gonna be delicious out here. My AC is gonna be blowing in everyone's ears for the next 3 days. So you're welcome.
Yay, climate change.
No, that's a conspiracy. What are you woke? What are you woke?
All right, so we'll see everyone tonight.
Yes.
Hit
We
the
love you.
button.
Goodbye.